That's from the top? Fuck it.
Riddle taking flight, yo.
Welcome to another edition of the Higher Learning Podcast. I'm your host, Ron. We here at Riverside Studios today doing our interviews for today. We're out here every Tuesday, so tap in if you want to interview, hit my DMs. Go follow the YouTube channel, PolitiKan Broadcasting. Also, my social media handle, HNS420 on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Also, check out our blog, thepolitikinforum.com. Articles, interviews, everything on there. Go check it out. I'm here today with my guests. How you doing, my bro?
What's good,
King.
man? It's an honor to be here. Thank you.
Man, how you doing? So what was the drive like, man? I want to know, you coming from Long Beach. What was the drive like?
You know what? Thank God. Fortunately, it was a nice drive. It was an hour and 2 minutes exactly, but I didn't hit no traffic. I just smashed straight out here. It was good. It was good. One of the better drives I've had out here because I got some family out here, and sometimes it'd be death trying to get up out here.
Man, death, talk about it. I mean, traffic. Living out here in Cali, it's traffic everywhere. You feel me? Like, you feel me? So it's hard to like really time how you gonna do it. So you gotta leave early. You have no choice.
Yep.
You feel me?
Rather be early than to be late.
Right. So, man, where you from? I mean, you from Long Beach, obviously. So what was it like growing up out there? Did you grow up out there or just where you currently reside?
Nah, I grew up out there. I was born in LA, and then probably by the time I was like 5, we was on the east side of Long Beach, and then I moved to the north side when I was like 9 years old, and just never fucking left the north side.
Damn.
So that's literally where I grew up, on the north side of Long Beach.
Yeah.
But being from the north side, I still went to Poly like Snoop Dogg, because that's my fucking idol.
Right.
So I'm from the north side, but I was like, I want to be able to say I graduated from the same high school
as Snoop. Right.
So, you know, the east side and the north side, it was kind of like tension back then or whatever, but everybody knew everybody. Like, Long Beach is not as big of a city as LA. LA is a fucking huge city.
Right.
So Long Beach is kind of like a small circle. So it was cool. Like, once everybody knew everybody, at the end of the day, it was like respect. As long as no lines get crossed, it was all good. Right. You know, so I kind of fuck with everybody. And it's very mixed. Right. It's very mixed. You know, the essays, the Asians, the Samoans, it's everything down there.
But no Bloods in Long Beach, right?
At all.
That is all Crips.
That's why they call it Last Blue City.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's all blue city.
Right. That's dope. So the rap name, the Prince, like, how'd you come up with it? I think it's dope.
Actually, so my real name is actually Prince.
Oh, even better.
So by birth, but you gotta know, you know what I'm saying, there's Symbol Man, Purple Rain, can't nobody compete with him. So if you type in Prince, man, that's what's gonna pop up. Right. And so obviously, you know, you have to make yourself stand out amongst the crowd. There's a million people that call themselves The Prince and The Prince and all that shit. So I'm from a crew called THS, TH $. So my official rap name is The Prince TH $. So if you type that in, separate it like that, I'll pop up.
You be the only one.
I'll be the only one.
That's good shit.
So yeah, so that's how that's my name. But now, so now I'm wearing the crown because like I won.
I'm just gonna ask you that.
Yeah. So the Plug Mixer has a cipher, and out of the cipher, the best people have to go head to head. So I've battled a couple people and won this crown literally. Oh, yeah.
Battling motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so like I'm not even from the battle rap world, but I just like kind of ended up in it now. Yeah. So that's how the name King Prince came, because everybody know my name is Prince and everybody know me as Prince. They're like, but you got the crown now. Shit, we got to call you the king at this point. Should you King Prince? So I'm like, you know what? There's something to that. I'm like, I kind of like the sound of that. So now King Prince, like, we did a song to like just embody everything that represents, you know what I'm saying? So, and also just recently signing the 90K records, you know how that go, like you got to develop a new look, a new sound and all of that. So this is what it is. Right. You know, so it all kind of tied in together. I love it when it come together like that.
Man, it's supposed to flow like that.
Yeah, facts.
But I just want you to know that's dope.
Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Oh shit. So checking out your IG, man, I was realizing like you wear a gang of hats, man. You got a lot of shit going on. One of them is liquor business, alcohol beverage, adult beverage. Yeah, let's introduce it, man.
Yeah, okay. So my brand is called Good Liquor. Not to give away all the details, but I make it with good liquor, so it gets you faded. But I made it to where it's like how I like to drink, meaning it tastes real good. It don't taste real strong, but it gets you faded.
That's all. That's the goal.
That's how I like to drink. Yeah. So
That's
it's one of those. So yeah, I brought a bottle.
Bad.
I'll pour up a little bit for you. Check it out. Let me know what you think.
And cheers it up.
Yes,
Let's toast it up then.
All right, bet.
For sure. Good looking. It's damn sure good.
Yeah, I wish I had some ice, but
see, this is the type of shit that you keep drinking because it's so good. But by the end of the night, you get up and start stumbling.
Yeah.
And that's what you want, though.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I brought the little bottle so I don't get too faded while I'm on camera.
Talk about the market with it, man. I know, like we were talking off camera, you know, most venues, they make a lot of their bread off of alcohol. So, you know, you felt you needed to kind of get in and get a piece of that pie.
Exactly, yeah. I also put together some of my own events. And, you know, like you said, you have to buy the liquor and all that stuff. But then I was like, well, maybe I could get some drink vendors. That way I don't have to like spend the money out of my pocket, and those my people, they can get their bread that way. But then I started seeing like they was cleaning up over there. I'm like, shit, I'm getting money from the door, I'm getting money from ticket sales, but I'm like, that's untapped. I need to get in.
I need some of that.
Yeah, I need to get some of that. And plus, like I used to drink like a motherfucker back in the day, so I'm like, it don't even make sense that I have my own shit. Like I know how to do it.
Right.
So yeah, that's how it came to be. So but I just made sure I made it with all the like good ingredients, so like you get your money's worth. You know what I'm saying? And it's good. You don't have no like real fucked up hangover off of it, you know what I mean? But it get the job done.
That's all we need. We wanted to get a job done. If you're a drinker, you know, I'm not a drinker, but I'm a social drinker. So when I'm out or when I'm doing some shit, I do like to sip. So this is something I definitely sip on. And I'm not a huge vodka fan, but this is bomb.
I appreciate that.
Good shit. So 90K Records.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about it. You signed to the label? Let's talk about 90K Records and being signed and what's the goal of 90K Records.
Oh, man. Okay, so 90K Records, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Nisha B. Raw, but she's an artist from Inglewood, California, and I've known her for some years. And she signed to 90K maybe last year or the year before. And me knowing her personally, I've just seen how much she's grown and developed as an artist since she signed with them. So by me being around, being in the circle, I was kind of being able to just like unofficially work with 90K. Like the Cypher is up under 90K and things like that. I was just kind of like unofficially working with them. But seeing how they worked, it made me feel like it was something that would be mutually beneficial if we were to partner up.
Right.
It was just like, you know, I've been doing music for a long time. So I just felt like I kind of got to the point where I probably damn near took myself as far as I could go, like on my own.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the label just having more resources, more information, and more things, more resources that they could tap into for me. You know what I'm saying? I felt like it would help. And since then, like I think I signed June 30th. June 30th.
This year, 2021.
This year.
Oh, okay. Congratulations.
This year. Yeah, thank you. And since then it's been great. So the first single, since being signed to them, that's going to be released up under them, is going to be called King Prince. Like we was talking about. So that's the first big single that's going to be released under them. We already shot the video for it. The producer is Too Raw. Shout out to Too Raw. And it's really been a really fast, productive pace. And I like that, and it's taking a lot of the weight off of my shoulders. I'm used to just doing everything by my fucking self. You know what I mean? Everybody talks about having a team. You got to have a team, but it's like you got to have the right people on your team. You know what I'm saying? So 90K was a big piece of that puzzle that I needed. So it's been very great so far.
Well, it makes sense with all teams like that. Like relating to sports. I'm a sports fan, so basketball, you have a team, but every team ain't a championship team.
Fact.
You got to have certain pieces in order. You got to have your leaders. You got to have your Indians and your Chiefs.
Yes.
Everybody know they role, and it makes it much easier. It look like with y'all, you know, you signed June, and you already got videos made, singles drop, being able to drop. Y'all moving quick. Y'all getting to it. So it sounds like it's a match made in heaven.
Yeah. It seems like a great fit. You know what I'm saying? I don't do business with everybody. Not everybody is good business. You know, and not everybody works together because we're all artists in some right or another. Everybody is some form of an artist, and sometimes you don't fucking mesh well. Sometimes you don't click well. So when you do find a group or a team of artists that can come together and we work together good, it's, you know what I'm saying, it's like the Lakers when we was great, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how that, like you said, getting back to sports, you know what I'm saying? We got LeBron. I'm going to take that W that we got last year. I'm going to take that. But now we kind of rebuild it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the best way to look at it.
Right. Seriously, that is. Talk about the creative process of the video. the single that's dropping. Like, you know, what was it like creating it, and what was on your mind when you did it? Or were you part of the creative process of the video? Or you had somebody else doing it?
I don't know. I'm a part of every fucking thing that I do. But that's actually a really good story how the video came together. What I really did was I shot a photo shoot like the month before. And it was like all my king shit. I'm looking like royalty, this and that. I got the crown on. And the pictures from that photo shoot, I'm like, that's King Prince right there. Like, that's the visual, that's the image. So I called all them girls back. I was like, bring them same outfits. I had the same outfits. And I was like, we're just going to recreate this photo shoot and we're just going to turn it into a video. But we took that and built on it. But it was just made so much sense. Like, that was the epitome of like King Prince. So that's how the creative process came together. But I handpick all the girls that be in my videos. That's like my favorite fucking part of being a rapper. You get to pick the girls to be in your videos.
On, man.
So shout out to Miss Dukes, Nene Cheeks, Ty2, Kaz. Like, yeah, I have models in this.
Cheeks, I already know what that sounds like. That's why they call her that?
Yeah. So that was fly. I was able to do that, pick the location. So yeah, I'm a part of the creative process in every aspect of everything that I do. Like, I have a team, but I'm a very hands-on person. I'm still getting used to working with the team. Now everything is a group discussion, everything is a team meeting, everything is a team effort now.
Right.
But I'm still stuck in the, like, if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. So I'm still not the type of person that's just gonna kick back and be like, okay, well,
y'all take care.
Yeah, y'all run that shit, and I'll just show up. You know what I'm saying? But no. So no, I'm a part of every little piece of the puzzle.
So you still got to facilitate everything, you know, make sure, keep everybody involved, keep the team happy, and make sure it's in line. Yeah, but it's still me at the end of the day. So I got to make sure that everything I put my name and my face on is something that I support, you know, 100%. Right, I feel it. So switching gears a little bit, man, in the real world we got the vaccination and the mandations, and as an artist, you're going to have to, you know, go ahead and get it in order to go to certain venues or perform at certain shows. So how do you think that's going to affect you, and what do you plan to do about that?
Straight up and down, I'm not doing it. I'm the type of person, I've never even had a flu shot in my life. I'm not one of those conspiracy type of niggas, but just like you say, in reality, everybody I know who gets the flu shot, they get sick with the flu.
Right.
And they weren't sick before they got the shot.
Right.
So that's just how it makes sense to me. I'm like, I'm not sick right now.
Right.
I got the shot that's supposed to help me, but now I'm sick as fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's been a lot of crazy ass, I'm gonna just say rumors with the vaccine, because I don't know.
Yeah.
All I know is what I hear. You know what I'm saying? Some people done got fucked up real bad off that, and it's nothing to joke about. We've lost lives from what I hear. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Fortunately, thank God, I don't know anybody who's died from the vaccine, but a lot of people were saying X died right after the vaccine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, well, we don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know. You know what I mean? But it's too dangerous.
Yeah.
And just to keep it real, I think I got it in either early 2020, like before people was really talking about it.
Right.
Because I work in a fucking cubicle.
So,
for
sure.
It was like everybody just had the flu, right?
Right.
And I'm like, I know how I got the shit. Everybody in here had it. I'm in my shit trying to Lysol it and not get it. So everybody gets sick with the flu.
Yeah.
And then like 3 weeks later, I want to say January, February, motherfuckers got sick again. But shit was hardcore. Like, damn, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then by like March, motherfuckers was really talking about COVID.
Right.
And we was like, I don't want to say it.
But I had that
I
shit.
feel like I had that shit. And then this year, like, I know it's a lot of strains or whatever, but a lot of people was catching it again. And it's like, even theoretically, it's like, if you had the shit and beat it, they're like, you might have the antibodies, blah, blah, blah.
For sure.
You might be straight. But either way, I was just like, it don't sound responsible for me to say that I'm gonna just take my chances, but it seems safer for me not to get the vaccine.
Right.
That's just how I feel. I don't feel comfortable doing it.
Right.
So I'm not gonna do it. You know, it's just, I don't want to risk it.
You're right, man. I mean, you're not the only one. I'm the same way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have my reasons for it. It's just, you know, I think the vaccination was created too quickly. If they say it was created around this time, some people say they've been working on it for years, but that's hearsay. But you know, it was created too fast, and like I said, you don't know what you're putting in your system. And catching it, I caught this variant a couple months ago, and you know, that gives you the antibodies to have a defense against it. So it's just like getting the vaccination. The vaccination is the actual disease, the dead version of the disease. So you're getting it anyway. So either way, I think you're protected. So It's gonna be hard though, because they're gonna require us to have it to do certain things. You know.
I feel like that's kind of. I mean, I'm not gonna say that was the plan or whatever, but it seems like that's kind of what it's getting around to. They want you to have a vaccine in order to do everything, like kind of forcing people to get it.
Right.
But there's always ways around shit, you know what I mean? But I'm just not gonna fucking do it. It hasn't stopped. It hasn't hindered me yet.
Right.
And I pray it doesn't get to that point, because a lot of people got it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody in the fucking world don't have to be vaccinated.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's just not how it works. And then it's still not gonna stop you from getting it.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not even supposed to stop you from getting it.
Yeah.
It's supposed to stop you from dying.
Right. And I'm like,
you know
I didn't die last time or the other time. You know what I mean? I know how that sounds. You know, niggas that do drugs and drinking shit. You didn't kill me last time. You know what I mean?
You actually more right than you think, man. It's a 98% survival rate. So if you think logically, this is how I feel about it. It's 98% survival rate. It's supposed to prevent you from dying. So there's only a 2% death rate. So the vaccination is going to improve my chances of living by 1%. Like, I'm going to do that for a 1% increase? Get the fuck out of here.
I ain't never had nobody break it down to me like that. That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's crazy.
What am I going to do that for? For an extra 1%?
Because truthfully, everybody that died from it, they had other shit going on. Nobody just died from flat out COVID.
Right.
Unless they was like real old or something like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everybody else was fine in 10, 14 days, whatever the case might have been.
Right.
And it's just, I don't know. It have to make sense to me.
Right.
It have to make sense to me. If people were really dropping like flies like that from getting it, I would absolutely do it.
Of course.
If I thought that it would, you know what I mean? If I really thought it was necessary, I would absolutely do it. But I just don't seem like it.
You don't see exactly. We feel the same way about it, man. Good shit.
Yeah, that's a crazy one. This is that's the time we living in, though.
Yeah,
you know
2021,
what I mean?
man.
Oh, we prepared this time, though.
Yeah,
they called me slipping. I ain't gonna lie. Everybody was, Ben talking like, you better start stocking up. You better start stocking up. We like, man, these earthquakes don't be shit. I don't need to be stocked up for this shit. Now, we stocked up. We bought an extra deep freezer. Man. We stocked up on water, all that shit.
Toilet paper,
all that shit. We
going
straight.
to the lines. It was no tissue. Niggas was fighting over tissue, like
all that, and burn it up now. And burn it up, like legit though. Ain't nobody taking my shit.
Burn it up.
Everything is right there together. Like, no, you ain't taking my shit. None of that shit. So we prepared. Y'all could go crazy this time. I'm gonna fuck what.
Right. Come up in this motherfucker's gonna be a problem.
I'm gonna be chilling. Go for it. Y'all do y'all thing.
Right. Facts. So I know you told me off air. I was gonna ask you your musical influences and some of your favorites growing up and now, like, but you mentioned Snoop Dogg. Shout out to Snoop motherfucking Dogg. The King of Long Beach, one of the kings of the West.
Absolutely.
You feel me? Like, your musical influences, Snoop, and who else?
Anybody that come out of Long Beach, you got to give your hat to Snoop. You know what I'm saying? He put Long Beach on the map. For another tall, skinny nigga, that's my idol. Like I said, but besides Snoop is Eminem, Tupac, Method Man. I fuck with Jadakiss. Cassidy.
All the heat.
Yeah. I fuck with the real ones. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with Mace and Sugar Free too. Those are my favorites. I'm not saying they like my top 10 is my top 10 favorites.
Yeah, of course. Your personal favorite.
Yeah, my favorites. I'm not saying who's the greatest and none of that. You know what I'm saying? I gotta throw Lil Wayne on there.
Weezy.
That nigga's ill.
Shout out to Weezy.
So them the people that I listen to and get inspired to.
Yeah.
Method, Redman, them niggas get down.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so them is my most influences. Ludacris too.
Oh, I used to love Luda back in the day.
Did I say Twister?
You didn't, but Twister dope too.
Absolutely.
Twister dope, one of the first fast spitters that got really up there commercially.
It was him. It was Twister and like Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Twister and Bone.
Yeah.
Twister and Bone.
Yeah, that was my first introduction to that shit. I was like,
shit was
oh. And Busta Rhymes.
Busta
Rhymes.
Can't forget
but
about
see,
Busta.
he wasn't really. I didn't know him for that shit.
Yeah.
When he came with the shit with him and Chris Brown, I was like, oh, I didn't know. I had to
listen to that about 55,000 times and learn some of the lyrics, and I still don't know the motherfucker.
Yeah, I wasn't even knowing. I was like, oh shit, okay, go ahead then. Yeah.
He did light it up. So you know what I'm saying? You named a couple cats, Eminem and Snoop. It must have been dope when you heard Eminem and Snoop on the trap with Bitch Please 2 on a Slim Shady album, or Pac with Method Man and Redman on the All Lies on Me. I got my mind made up. Hearing some of your favorites MCs rap together got to do something to you as a fellow artist.
For sure, especially when like the East Coast, West Coast coming together. Like you said, you got well, no, that's Midwest, R. Kelly and Jay-Z.
Right.
But you got Snoop and Jay-Z. And
yeah.
You got, and I love it when like the Blue and the Red come together. Like the Game and Snoop, Nipsey and YG.
Exactly.
I love to see that shit.
Right.
It's good
Dog
because
Pound and Mac 10.
Yeah, it just shows that it goes a little bit beyond music. It's about money. It's about respect, and just coming together as a unit. You know what I'm saying? And as a people, it's mostly black people. You know what I'm saying?
And that's a lot, man. It take a lot to shout out to Game and YG and Nip, rest in peace, and you know all those other guys that do that, man. That's able to show that unity in the streets, because we all know hood politics is certain things we can't control, but if we got some of the guys that's the face of this shit doing this shit together, we can inspire some of those guys and to try to follow that mold. And
it helped, even if it helped just a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly, facts. So switching gears a little bit, being black in America, man, how do you feel like this is a topic we don't talk about it enough? You know, so what do you feel like your perspective of being black in America and what you've been through in your experiences?
Me personally, like I said, from Long Beach, it's a very diverse, multicultural area. So the racism that like I've seen on TV and heard about like in the South and shit like that, I really didn't experience that firsthand. Now, with the cops, I experienced that firsthand. The first time I ever been packed out of my life was by the cops. I ain't never got jumped by no gang, no none of that. The first time I ever got jumped in my life was by the cops.
The biggest gang in America.
Facts.
Come on.
Facts.
The biggest gang in America.
And I think it's really sad. We in 2021, this is like a futuristic sci-fi year, and that's still a thing. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of ridiculous to me. And people, like with the whole Black Lives Matter thing, not to diss or you know, dismiss the All Lives Matter. Everybody, people, we're all created equal. Right. Everybody's life does matter. But unfortunately, black people have to hold up a fucking sign and say, hey, my life matters too, yo. Because it's us getting killed and getting beat on and all that shit, and it seems like it doesn't fucking matter. So that's what people don't understand. No, we're not saying everybody else's life don't matter. It's just that we have to remind motherfuckers that we're equal too. Like it's not okay just to shoot a nigga down and beat. Like it's not okay. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I've experienced directly. Weird enough, I was in DC when they stormed the Capitol. Like I fucking landed in DC, and I was visiting a friend of mine who she happens to be a singer, but she's white. Yeah. But we're homies, like we tight, course, and we've never even had to have a conversation about race ever, man. Because we don't fucking think like
that. Of course not, but until it happens,
but we're here.
We're here.
You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, we had to talk about it. But she's very, very knowledgeable as far as like politics and things like that. And it's as far as just in general being black in America. I could say there's some disadvantages. I can say that there's some things that it's a little bit harder to overcome because we're stereotyped, and a lot of our stereotypes are very bad. We're troublemakers. You know, we don't want to work. We this and that. And the culture that we come from, like, it just, your survival instincts have to kick in. Like, I know we glorify it and make it seem like, yeah, I'm harder from the streets and this and that, but it's like, I kind of had to be, bro. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, it's like a reverse type of thing. I've sat down with some of the OGs and they like, well, these young cats want to do what we did back in the day because they thought that shit was cool. But now we grown and we want to live like civilians. We just want to live our lives with our families and have a good life. We're not on no stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's, everybody have the pursuit of happiness type of thing, but as a black person, I will say I can kind of confirm it is just it is a little bit more to overcome. We're not set up with as many advantages as some people, the money, the resources, and just if you put certain names on the application. Fortunately, my name is Prince. My name is Prince. But if my name was like Tayshawn or some shit like that, man, I put on my address. I'm from Compton. They like, oh no.
Balling up.
Yeah.
They shooting into the trash can.
Yeah, and that's why I cut my hair. I used to have braids. You know what I mean? But I got tired. I'm still skinny, but I was real skinny. So I'm like, I'm tired of just doing manual labor, the minimum wage shit that's not enough money. I'm like, I want a corporate job. Like, I actually got skills. I'm a graphic designer. So I'm like, I gotta cut my hair. So because it looked better in a shirt and tie. Clean cut, this and that. They don't see the other shit, even though I am all of that. Like,
but it's crazy that you even have to cut your hair. Like, braids is cultural, man. That's something that our culture does.
Yeah.
Why do I have to cut my braids to look corporate?
Yeah.
To look clean cut.
Yeah.
That's something I did. Now you see, and this is what quick story. I applied for a job at Frito-Lay when I was 18. I had my earrings, had my cornrows, I had my nice little tie and shirt, and I went in and they told me straight up, if you're gonna work here, you gotta cut your hair and get rid of the earrings. You look like a thug. And I walked the fuck out of that motherfucker. I said, fuck y'all. Y'all can have this job. You got me fucked up. I ain't cutting shit.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna say nothing to the white boy who has spikes all the way up here, or spikes going this way and that way. That look crazy. You know what I'm saying? A little crazy. You ain't gonna say nothing to the white boy that's doing that. So you got me fucked up. It's crazy. You gotta change your hair in order to look a certain way to fit their whatever they're looking for. You feel me?
Yeah. It's, you know what, some I'll say like our black women, they're getting more into wearing their locks and all of that shit and representing their culture. I applaud them for doing that.
Yes.
But like, let's say if you see a brother like he got dreads or something like that, and he's in. Unfortunately, like historically, if you're the one black person in there, you almost have to be better than everybody else for them to consider you equal. Right. So if you see a brother in there and he got his shit, his dreads is tied back, he probably ill as fuck at his job.
Ew.
You know what I'm saying? For them to even let him in the door, he gotta be ill as fuck at whatever he do.
Right.
And that's just been our history.
Right.
To be created equal, like Jackie Robinson and all of the first people that was in there, they was better than fucking everybody.
Right.
And they had to be the only to
get their foot in the door. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's been like that. It's been like that. I think it's getting. In some areas, I think it's better because a lot of movements are like fighting for things now.
Right.
It's like as a collective or like as people.
Right.
It seems like people are just not standing by and just taking whatever.
Right.
They're not just standing for the bullshit no more. People are starting to voice their opinions more and just not rolling over.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think hopefully, there's some improvement. It seems like it's at least on its way. Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, we have now the next generation is so many resources and so much resources for information. Back when I was a kid, there was no YouTube or Google to go look up nothing. We had to go to the library and get not a thesaurus, but what's that book that we used to have to look up?
Not the thesaurus, not the dictionary.
Not the dictionary. It was a book to look
up. Encyclopedia.
The encyclopedia. We had to go do that at the library, and hopefully it was there. Somebody didn't check it out already.
Yeah, that's true.
Then we couldn't be there a long time. So now kids have simple YouTube. If you want to know anything, you could simple press of a button.
Yeah.
So like you said earlier, with the whole All Lives Matter thing, that's a direct protest to a protest. That's why we tell people, All Lives Matter is a protest of Black Lives Matter. Why are you protesting that Black Lives Matter? Like, it's and they know what the meaning is. They know what it is. It's just those are the people that come out as racist. When that's a true racist right there, because you know what the fuck we're talking about, but you're trying to protest what we're talking about. Growing up, you getting beat by the police. You said you got packed out by the police. That's your first time. You know what I'm saying? You grew up in Long Beach. I'm sure you ran across many gangs,
That's what
gangsters.
I'm saying.
You ain't have to worry about that.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Me too. I grew up in Pomona. I'm more
down.
scared of the police than any of the gangs out there. Like, I didn't have too many problems with the gang. With some of the Mexican gangs, of course, they press us a little bit, but that's because it's racial tension. But, as far as being prepped, I was worried more about the police and the gangs. So, it's a shame that you got to be worried about the one that's sworn to protect and serve.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And then people want to say, not to be long-winded, but people want to say, well, there's more white people being killed by the police in America than black people. Okay, statistically, it's true. But let's think about that real quick when you say that. America is 66% white, 12% black. Half of us are locked up. The jails are 38% black. So it's about 8% of us on the street. And the numbers are right here. So it's probably X amount of white people getting killed by the police. White men, and black men is like right under there. For those numbers to even be close, you got to look at the ratio.
That's true.
66% to 8%. Like, come on, stop playing with me, man.
Like you said, if you do the numbers like that, so imagine how many of us it is.
Man, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, dang.
Exactly. You
That's
feel me?
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, I mean, people don't want to think though. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to think, and I don't want to get too far in the political thing. But you got the new president, and marijuana's now cool, and that's one of the things that black men were being locked up for in the 90s. You feel me?
Oh yeah.
That tore apart homes. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy time we living in, man.
Yeah, that's one. This is a very unique time in history.
Yes, it is.
It's a very unique time in history.
It is.
And things should, like you said, the access to knowledge that we have, you know, the world should be amazing right now for everybody.
Right.
It really should.
Right.
You know, there's no reason for us to still be fighting for things that should be, you know, basic human rights.
Basic human rights, man. 3/5 of the human once they once viewed us. So we need cats like you, who's an entrepreneur who owns several businesses.
Yeah.
You know, let's talk about some of your other businesses you got.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm an artist. I'm a creative. I believe in God, so I use my talents to make my money because I don't like depending on a 9-to-5 job.
Facts.
And plus, me being an artist, I need to have flexible schedules and things like that. So
right.
I got into photography, and that's pretty easy. My mom has been a photographer since like before I was born.
Right.
So it was cool to finally grow up, pick up a camera, and be able to take pictures of my mom. That was dope.
Right.
So beyond that, I wish I had brought some of my cards with me, but I'm co-owner of a hip hop battle card game.
Oh, I've never heard of that before.
But it's out, you know what I'm saying? You can go online. It's hiphop101game.com.
Yeah.
So the name of the game is called Hip Hop 101.
Yeah.
And it's if you play Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh or any of that type shit, you battle or whatever, but it's set up like a hip hop battle, like a rap battle. So
dope.
you got your MC, you got your DJ, you got your breakdancer, the graffiti artist, all the elements of hip hop. And it's like it's my crew versus your crew.
Yeah.
And so that's how the game is played.
Yeah.
And like I said, I had to run up out the motherfucking door today. I wish I had brought like some of the cards with me.
Yeah.
But fortunately the website is up and running. So you can check it out. We got videos on YouTube and all of that. So that's one of my ventures. I told you I was doing events. So my event brand was called The Next Move. But being signed to 90K Records, and shout out to 90K Records again, because it was a stipulation in my contract that said I had to establish my own publishing company. So right now, The Next Move Entertainment is my own publishing company. So that was really a great thing to do. You know what I'm saying? As somebody coming up in the industry, and people don't tell you certain things, but it's just like more ownership. You know, Nipsey was always talking about ownership, but it's just more chunks of the pie.
Right.
You know, so now it's not just an event brand, it's my own publishing company and so many more things that come from that. And I also have a blog. I just haven't had time to really put all my time and energy into it. But it's called the Prince Blog, and it was something else just for artists. You know, it was hard to get in. It was hard to get in. So shit, I'm gonna make my own. Fuck it.
That's
you know
how
what I'm
you
saying?
do it, man.
So yeah,
that's how you do it.
So that's the main like handful of things that I have going on. I had I'll say I still have clothing lines and stuff, but it's just priorities. You don't want to spread yourself too thin.
Right.
But that's the main things. It's the card game, it's the liquor, it's the music, it's the photography, and it's the events and the publishing. So that's the main things that I'm juggling right now.
Man, you know what they say, 7 streams of income is the key to wealth. So it looks like you
on my way.
On my way. You on your way.
On my way. Yeah. It's crazy. Like this, the way an economy is set up, you have to have. Even if you work a job, it's really hard to just have one job and be straight.
Especially in California.
Yeah, it's expensive as fuck.
It ain't gonna work.
You know, and I'm not an illegal type of nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get my shit legit.
I feel that.
And you gotta work a little bit harder when it's legit.
No, you do. A lot harder. A lot harder. Let's not say a little bit. You gotta bust your ass.
You know, so yeah. So that's the shit that I got going on right now.
That's right. Shout out to you for that, bro. So with that being said, musically, it's a 2-part question. Musically, over the next 5 years, what are your goals and where do you see yourself? And also, do you have any other lanes that you're going to jump into as far as maybe movies or directing or anything else like that?
That's the easiest part of the question to answer is acting. I was always into acting even as a kid.
Yeah.
So I kind of bounced back and forth between acting and music as I was growing up. Yeah. And then I just like switched over to music full blown when I was like 19.
Right.
So definitely I can't wait to get back into acting because there's way more money over there. And it come a lot easier. But I didn't understand when I was a kid. I didn't understand the value of a dollar. I just know after school I got to audition. I got to hurry up and remember these lines and stuff like that.
Right.
But when I grew up, I was like, that's the only way I know how to make that kind of money. Just to have a house, nice car, just the basic, just to live comfortable. You know what I mean? So I can't wait to get back into acting.
Facts.
I'm on all the little online casting agencies and this and that.
Nice.
Musically, 5 years from now, you know, I don't see no reason why I shouldn't be fucking huge 5 years from now.
Love
you know
that,
what I'm
man.
saying?
Love
I don't see why I shouldn't be all over the radio, gold, platinum, plaques and all that shit. You know what I mean? Performing at the award shows. I don't see nothing else other than that. If it ain't, you know what I mean? If it ain't gonna be that, then you know why are we doing it? You know what
I love that
that's
answer.
definitely where I see myself 5 years from now.
I didn't want you to say nothing else, man. You feel me?
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell
you feel
yeah.
me? Well, I'm glad to know that, you know, we do film out here. I'm a writer too, so I write, you know, I'm working on some TV series and some stuff. So we gonna link up, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, I do it all.
Okay.
I do it all.
Okay, bet. So, with your album dropping, what's the name of your album again?
So this is just the single. The single is King Prince.
King Prince, okay.
Yeah, just the single for right now. I'm working on the EP for the label.
Okay.
I have an option to turn it into an album. We don't know yet. Because like I said, now everything is like a team discussion and all of that. So it's whatever the best thing is. But officially, I'm working on the EP.
Right.
And this is the first single.
Okay. With that single, you want to play that single for everybody?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Let's get that single played. Feel me?
Yeah. King Prince. For the hood though. 90K. Blue Key. AE. Yeah. Look. King Prince, nigga, I don't do this shit for fun. I do it to get rich, nigga. If I ain't got it, then I gotta get it quick, nigga. Even if I gotta take your bitch, nigga. Boy, lessons I learned them. Baby mamas, I swerve them. I got so many chances, motherfucker, I earned them. Tricks, I never turn them. Burnt bridges, I burned them. I can't even say it was the money that turned them. Apply the pressure, niggas bend like elbow. Friendships tear apart like Velcro. They wanna give me 3 strikes like a shell toe. Can I be your baby daddy, bitch? Hell no. I'm on my business. I've been legit from beginning to the end, and it's a given. I'm sinning, swimming and women, but every day I repent and I admit it. If I did it, other people be pretending and faking. It's just a history. If I can get it, to spread it out on the table. I told her that my dick is the truth because it's painful. I'm on the north side of the street, stay in your lane, bro. All my niggas throwing them signs and they just stay for the King Prince, you already know the name, bitch. You know the game, I ain't never with the same bitch. And what you claim, everybody on that gang shit. I assume everybody on the same shit. I'm on the yacht, nigga, we ain't on the same shit. Your name is Toby, nigga, we ain't get the same whip. They don't wanna look, but don't ever wanna say shit. Then it's fuck you and everybody that you came with. I'm on a mission, I got the key ignition. I'm venomous when I'm spitting, so every battle I'm winning. I got a win with the women, I'm always smiling and grinning. On the low, I'm getting it in, but I rock it up like a ribbon. It's a bunch of fucking fakes and imposters. They playing dead like a boss and they popping up with the gossip. You gotta watch them. Put you to the test with a barrel right to your chest and it's going right to your best and it's stop it right to your niggas. Be a long day, learn a hard way. You can leave me on a hard way.
Go, niggas! Woo!
They felt deep, got a side piece in the entree and they Bombay. I can get a bitch in the whip and get it a zipping and stripping. I'm tipping and big sipping and while I'm dipping and you need to stop tripping. Cause you know I keep it dipping and my sauce when it's over, my nigga, you know I'm dripping. Look, man, I'm a punchline and a hook, man. Smoke a nigga out and all black like the Foot Clan. Trying to get to India, but now Westbrook, man. I can get you booked in the Brooklyn, Brooklyn, real time. Niggas on the front line, call me Big Me. She gon' eat it like it's lunchtime. I got 4 bitches on their knees when I bust mine and bounce off everybody's face like the sunshine. King Prince, you already know the name, bitch. You know the game, I ain't never with the same bitch. Know what you claim, everybody on that gang shit. I assume everybody on the same shit. I'm on the yacht, nigga, we ain't on the same shit. Your name is Toby, nigga, we ain't get the same whip. They wanna look, but don't ever wanna say shit. Then it's fuck you and everybody that you came with.
Nigga.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Shout out, nigga. That's hot. That's hot. Your whole music, I could hear. This is the first time I heard an artist and heard most of his musical favorites within you. Like I see where you coming from. That's dope, man. That's dope.
Man, I appreciate it.
Shout out to King, the motherfucking Prince THS. You feel me? Good shit. Thank you for stopping by, man. Tell everybody where to find you on all your social media platforms, all your music and your future, album again, reiterating everything.
Okay, cool. So yeah, as far as all social media, it's the Prince THS all put together. So THAPRINCETHS. You put that all together. That's Instagram, that's TikToks, Twitter, all of that shit. But if you Google me, space it out, THA space PRINCE space, and then it's TH with a $sign. And so that's the Spotify, all the streams and all that, because that's my official name.
Right.
And I got shit on everything. And so right now, what we want people to do is to pre-save the drop of King Prince. So I have the link in all my bio to like pre-save it so you don't miss it.
Right.
And it officially drops October 15th.
October 15th. Shout out. Y'all go check that single out by King the Prince THS. Let's get it. Go ahead and check out and subscribe to the YouTube channel PolitiKan Broadcasting. Follow me on social media, HNS420, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter as well. Check out our blog. We're going to have a artist write-up. You can check out more about the Prince on PolitiKanForum.com. And go ahead and keep following us. We're going to have good content coming for y'all. We in the Riverside Studios doing our artist and content creating interviews. Shout out to King Prince. Thank you for stopping by.
Hell yeah, man.
Show.
Thank you for having
Higher
me.
Learning Podcast. We out this motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's good shit, man. Good shit.
No, that was good.
Good shit,
I like the questions. You know what I'm saying.